Hi, welcome to SoulTalk. I happen to have to take a little walk, so I'm going to take a little walk and talk here. So, the story is that today I studied a very beautiful sikha of the Rebbe, and effectively the Rebbe teaches a very profound concept. It shook me to the core, and the concept is that there's a concept called, in this week's Parsha, of the Goyal Hadam, the person who basically accidentally kills someone. And spiritually, everything applies on a spiritual level. So spiritually, what does that mean? It means that a person can, God forbid, quote unquote, spill the blood of God. Now, we're not Christians. What does that mean? What it means is that the godly soul is an energy. And you can take that energy and you can force that energy, as it says in the Zohar, through the bowels of a person's mind. Because your energy is God. So when you choose to engage in, I'm just using a bad example, but one that is accurate for this story. Let's say, God forbid, pornography. Even something less so, you're just wasting time. You're taking your godly energy, you're taking God, and you're putting him in that location. So this is a tragedy of epic proportions. And so a person has to repent on this. That's number one. Number two, a person has to realize that tshuva, change, is infinite. No matter what level you're on, there's a higher level. It's not a higher level, there's a much higher level. It's not a much higher level, there's an infinitely higher level. And so the idea is that often, and this kind of was quite meaningful to me this morning when I studied it, often there's kind of a spiritual pride, like, oh wow, I'm a little spiritual or something. But relative to the infinite level that you must achieve, and I can say I got involved in spirituality, I'm going to just, may not be the most accurate number, but let's say 10 years ago, I've been growing ever since. I think it's fair to say I've transformed maybe even millions of times. And so there's this thing in us that has this kind of, it's like wherever I am presently, that's like reality, but it's not. It's just a step in an infinite ladder. And every step is infinitely higher than the step before. When you realize that, it humbles you. Because are you really higher? Can anybody be higher than anyone else on an infinite ladder? Okay, one person may be started the journey, the other's going to find the ladder. But we're all going to find the ladder because God made the world and he made it with these ladders. And one way or another, people find it. And that's the way the world works, is we end up finding God because we end up seeking truth. Eventually, people become sick and tired of a meaningless life. As they seek the meaning of life, they find the truth. And so, last but not least, the idea here is that, remember, there's an infinite climb ahead of you. Now, don't feel bad, because you're not the one that created yourself with limitation. But always remain humble and strive higher.